Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rob Arnold and this is the final episode of the Inside the Rehearsal Room series focusing on the creation of Chimaira's 2007 album Resurrection. In part 2, I mentioned that I still had a bunch of extra footage, the behind the scenes stuff, more pre-production, rehearsal room, and studio stuff, and I had asked if you guys wanted to see more of that, if I should make another video or two, if you had had enough of it, and I mentioned that I was going to maybe post a poll to get some feedback on that. Well, I gotta say that it was totally unnecessary to even post a poll, so I didn't. You guys let me know in the comments of that video that everybody wanted more, so that's what I'm here to do. I gathered all the remaining footage I have and packed it together in one last video here. It's gonna be cool. I hope you stick around through the whole thing as we start off back in the rehearsal room here just for a quick second where we take a look at a little bit of the song Worthless. We're gonna do a look at some drum, guitar, and bass tracking for that just quickly, and then we're gonna head down to Sanford, Florida, where we begin some pre-production there and work with the guys at Audio Hammer there, Jason and Mark, before we head back up to Cleveland and end up at Annie Up Studios for the drum recording with the legendary Annie Sneap. Lots of stuff in between, lots of laughs, but it's a ride I don't want you to miss. Also, I'm gonna reference our Resurrection documentary, which is a real well-done movie documenting this entire recording process that's already available. I'll link that below. But what we're seeing here is just the bonus footage. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, I recommend you go check that out and get caught up. And all of this is just the extra footage that we compiled from our own home cameras, or just stuff that didn't make the cut or whatever, but just cool stuff that you guys let me know you like seeing here. So in this one, there's a lot of just cool dialogue on its own, and a lot of the scenes are just kind of self-explanatory, so I'm just going to kind of stay out of this for the most part and just let you guys watch, and then I'm just going to pop in here and there where I feel like it to add a little commentary. So I hope that sounds good, and I hope you will enjoy part 3 of Inside the Rehearsal Room with Chimaira.
Go to Arnold's.
There he is, the beast. The guy was religious with his warm-ups.
Being in a band's so cool. Seriously, what do we do for fun?
So here we are with Arnold's tracking a little bit of Worthless.
Fuck. Yeah, well, start from, oh, God, that fucking, that's tiring on my arm.
One of those wrist killer riffs.
Plus, I think I need to hear it click a little bit more. Turn that up just a little bit, because, like, sometimes I hear it as drums, it sounds off when it click a little bit. But hear it? It actually sounds good right now for some reason.
One of the B-sides, Kingdom of Heartache. This one ended up turning out sick. I know so many of you guys ask about this one. They're asking why it didn't make the album. Hindsight's 2020. Yeah, it's just the kicks are way too loud.
Wait.
So this week what we're doing is we're down here at the Audio Hammer Studios doing pre-production. What that consists of is basically just playing all our songs for Jason the producer, you know, and then recording them all so we can listen back to them. See if parts need to be tweaked at all and stuff like that. We get our tempo maps so we know what speeds to be playing the songs at. And so we recorded all the drums and guitars, but we didn't pay attention to them as meticulously as we will when we go to re-record them, which is what we're going to do starting this next Monday coming up here. So now that we have our tempo maps, basically Handles will go back and re-record all his drums to those new tempo maps, and we'll pay a lot more attention to detail with every hit and how we want everything to sound. Then we mix those up, we come back down here a week after that, re-record all the guitars, bass, samples, vocals, just do everything we need to do to put the album together. Then we'll head somewhere else to mix it.
That's totally cut and paste.
Paralyzed. Another B-side that didn't make the album, which is one of my favorite tunes. Again, Hindsight's 2020.
That's what I was talking about. I just think it's kind of weird to go back into this part. Okay, but I mean,
Still discussing arrangements at this point. It's cool that we get to try different feels, try different things. So this is cool here. We get to take another look at the song titles and working titles. And we talked a little bit about this in part 2. So this is an updated list here now that's been made. We're down in Sanford, Florida here. But it's interesting to see that a lot of the songs still don't have titles. Maybe some of those same ones do. You obviously see Resurrection, starting at the top left there. Resurrection, Pleasure and Pain, No Reason to Live, Ended All, The Flame, Empire, Killing the Beast. What songs aren't on there? We still don't see Worthless, Black Heart, Needle, 6, Crazy 6 hadn't even been named at this point. Which one is it? Is it Steve 6.5.1? Steve 19.5? The B-sides, Kingdom of Heartache, Paralyzed, those hadn't been named yet. And there's some crazy ones here, like the Jim song over there, middle right. Like, I wonder why that's even on there, because later in time, as we head back up to Cleveland and start recording an Ante Up, that's the first time Jim hears the Jim song, you know, the Notes Don't Matter Nothing song. If you know, you know, but it's a famous kind of inside joke with Chimaira here. But I wonder what Jim was thinking seeing this on the board. What's the Jim song? So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Mattress, no idea what that is. Night Song, some of you guys know this, I'm sure, but Mark, every album he'd record one song on his own for his like kind of fake side project band called the Demonic Knights of Aberrosh, which I forget, I don't know how he'd label it, like I don't know, black metal, power black metal or something like that, you know, just like I don't even know, but I tried quickly looking for it on YouTube and I couldn't find it. Maybe Mark can link us to that somehow, or I don't know if they're online, and if they're not, he needs to put them up there. Wabunga, I have no idea what that is, although Wabunga is a reference to Kevin Talley. Body is Bunk, part 7, maybe that says. I can't really tell there. Red Hair, Really Sucks. Obviously, Matt must have wrote that one there. Oh, and Morgoth up there. The Morgoth song is incredible. If any of you guys know that, at the very end of our Resurrection documentary, there's that little Morgoth scene there. Obviously, you see Morgoth in the midst of the Resurrection documentary there coming in to help out Chris. But at the end, the guys put together that little like lifetime preview montage thing of Morgoth, what he does during the day and stuff like that. And that music, you know, it needed some theme music. And this is the genius of Jason Sukoff. Mark just said to Jason, hey, can you write some theme music for this? And literally, Jason just writes, records, and produces a track like that Morgoth song that you can hear at the end of Resurrection there in like an hour or two. It's absolutely insane. He's just one of the most incredible musicians I've ever seen. Works so fast and just comes up with brilliant parts. Working with Jason Sukoff. He's definitely an interesting type of dude.
Hey Kane, what's your favorite Deicide album? I like Once Upon a Cross. You like Once Upon a Cross?
He's got a lot of good ideas. Phenomenal guitar player.
Corpse.
You could tell the dude's put in his time, put in his practice. Great vocalist as well. Can imitate anybody on the spot. Just like, it's pretty incredible.
Man, this guitar doesn't go out of tune, man.
So I mean, for us, it's kind of cool because it's a different outlook on what we've been doing for so many years. It's a different set of ears listening to what we've been doing, and you know, we're interested in that because we constantly, you know, are looking for ways to improve our sound and just everything that we do.
Topsy. Great band.
So it's been a
Treat?
treat, yeah. No, so it's all been going good, you know.
Why don't you rub your latte in my latte?
All right.
He wheels in and out of the studio, you know, and just I always think like, man, he should be paying attention more to what's going on. But then he'll come right in, and it's just like instantly he knows exactly what's going on. He knows what part we're talking about. He can jump right into the session and make corrections, whatever he wants to do. And he's just an extremely talented dude. And I think we're gonna get a great album out of this.
Not only does he record trivia and turn knobs and record people, he does it all from a wheelchair. Can you believe it?
Well, today is Friday, September 29th. It's the last day of pre-production. We're going to wrap it up today. This week we've been down in Florida, obviously working with Jason Sukoff and Mark Lewis. Just going through pre-production, dissecting every single song, adding to it, reworking the tunes, just making sure they're tight as can be. We also wrote out our tempo map for Arnold to record the drums up in Cleveland, which is what we're going to do tomorrow. We fly out to Cleveland to work with Andy Sneap.
So here Andy's selecting mics. How he wants to mic up the kit. He's got a few on there already. Saw a couple 421s on there.
Trying to piece some bits together here. No clips.
I mean, and that's just a dream, you know, as a producer, you come in there to a Rad Studios and just get to choose anything you want from their mic collection. Whatever you want for the overheads, okay. You want this for the rooms, okay. You want to try this on the kick, whatever. And they're all just nice mics. That's what's great about going to a cool studio. One of the reasons. Nice Neve console there. Thing sounds great.
First 3 levels. Same course, all 3.
If you would have came in first place, it would be won.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on Annie up here. It's just kind of famous in the Chimaira legacy now, and a lot of good bands have recorded here as well. You know, the Cleveland Bone Thugs and Harmony. I know they've done some hits here. But how we came upon recording here was at the old Spider Studio, where we recorded The Impossibility of Reason. You can see a lot of that in the Dehumanizing Process DVD. Ben had his garage there, and he just had one kind of small live room in there that was kind of because of its dimensions, the acoustics weren't ideal, but it was what it was, and we still made a cool record there. But as things progressed, and maybe we had a little bit more of a budget, when it came time to make the self-titled record, Ben suggested that we try to go find a nicer drum room to record the drums in, which is what we did. And then we went back to Spider at his garage there to record the rest of the album, where room acoustics aren't necessarily so important. But to get a nice drum sound and stuff, you need to have a good room. And well, it's nice to have a good room. So he recommended this place called Ante Up that we went to, and we loved it. So the self-titled drums were recorded there with Kevin Talley. And then obviously we came back to record again, Resurrection. And then the next one, when I started working on my project, The Elite, we did our World War III EP, and Ben and I worked with Ben on that one, and we decided we want to go back to Ante Up to do the drums there. And then finally, we also did the Infection drums there, which is well documented by the great Todd Bell in our Coming Alive DVD. After that, I think Ante Up started closing down, and also around that time, Ben was building his new Spider Studio, which is incredible, and that's where we did The Age of Hell, and he's got his own beautiful live room in there that just sounds fantastic. And so now I know for a fact, though, that Ante Up is no longer, which is a shame because there's just a lot of history there, and we had a lot of fun there. Really great room, good times.
$50,100 or something. What song are you gonna start with?
This is interesting there too, just a little fun tidbit. So in part 2, I mentioned that Resurrection, the title track from the album, appeared to be Steve 20. The working title was Steve 20. So I was like, was this the 20th song? One of the last songs, maybe the last song written for the album? And then fast forward, it's the first one Andals is going to record for the album, and becomes the title of the album and the album's opening track. So it's just interesting how things can happen like that.
Hey, what's going on?
30.
There he is, the famous Todd Bell. So he's come around now, and he's begun recording to document the Resurrection recording process here. Great friend. We're all high school buddies. Went to the same Strongsville High School here, and now he made our Dehumanizing Process DVD, the Resurrection DVD, the Coming Alive DVD. He's responsible for many of our music videos and our album photo shoots, a lot of the artwork, along with his partners on his team, the Tectonic Rock Society, Garrett Zunt, Nick Lecheski, also great friends of ours. Just genius to have around. And I'll say this, and I don't think any of the guys would disagree with me, that Todd has been as important to Chimaira and what you guys know about us as a band as any of us in the band actually are. He's been he's the 7th member, if you will.
That's a tip.
So not only is Andals probably getting or staying warm here, but he's also just playing around on the kit while Andy's dialing in the kit from behind the glass. He's already gotten sounds from each individual microphone on each individual drum or cymbal, gotten the levels on there. Now he's balancing out the rest of the kit in the sonic spectrum there, panning, perhaps getting levels, things like that, and just hearing how the kick, snare, hat sound together. Notice Andals isn't really playing any other drums, so he just wants that combination. That's important to dial in first. You get the kick, snare, and hat sounding good. Dial in the toms, get your cymbals going, get a good all-around kit sound going.
tempo changes.
The man of many words, Mr. Andy Sneap.
Your tempo changes in the wrong place.
I doubt it. How's it going?
Pretty good.
You should like start moshing when he's tracking the next song. Start doing windmills and stuff.
Just start pumping. We'll start flexing when we get going.
Yeah, there's some racist riffs in this one for
Is
sure.
there? That's what I like.
Andel's computer. What if it was 10.5 minutes of just that one hit?
We've got people walking around here.
You can thank Jim for that one. You can thank Jim for that one.
Ready?
Black Heart.
Come on, everybody, mosh!
Well, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that this final segment here, and the whole series of the Inside the Rehearsal Room. Just a little bit more. I know there's already a lot around this album, but I had it. I asked if you guys would like to see it, and so many of you did. Thank you for that. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined on. I just hit the 10K number here on YouTube, which is incredible. A milestone that I guess I was aiming for. You know, I thought it'd be cool to get that. If I didn't get it, I wouldn't have been mad. I thought maybe, I don't know what times it would be on a table, but now we're here, and I just want to keep going. I want to keep building. As I mentioned, I love just having this Chimaira hub here for everybody who wants to come in and just check out, see some songs played, hear about them, just whatever we got going on here, the questions, ask and answer, all that kind of stuff. If you got any more questions, feel free to ask them. Perhaps I can get to them in a future episode. Thank you to my Patreon supporters who help make all of this possible. I wouldn't be able to have this channel and do what I do here without them. If you're interested in supporting the channel at a greater means, you can check that out at patreon.com/RobArnoldWorld. If you're a guitar player interested in my DVD, I've still got a few of those left, and I'm signing them and sending them out worldwide. Check those out at RobArnoldWorld.com/store. If you're a Kemper player and you got the Kemper Profiler, you can get those classic Chimaira tones for me as well at tonecrate.com. So that's going to do it for this series, guys. If you've made it this far into the video, I thank you for that. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping the new videos. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again for your support, and I'll see you on the next one.